Welcome to Plata Plomo. We hope you are enjoying our channel. If you haven't checked out our web series, please click on the link in the description below. Make sure to hit subscribe and remember to hit the notification bell to be notified when new videos arrive. Oh, and please don't forget to hit that like button. In today's video, 10 celebrities that were once in the biz of selling drugs. From famous rappers to Hollywood actors, these celebrities were once in the business of selling cocaine or other drugs. This is a list of 10 stars who sold drugs before their days of fame. At number 10, 50 Cent. He has never denied his troubled upbringing and harsh times in his younger years battling the streets of Queens, New York. His mother, Sabrina Jackson, was a known dope dealer and she was murdered when 50 Cent, real name Curtis Jackson, was only 8 years old. The rapper was taken under the wing of his grandmother and times were tough. In his teens, Curtis needed money and his only outlet in getting what he wanted was selling drugs himself. 50 Cent was shot 9 times in a drive-by back in 2000 over territorial drug disputes and rival dealers. But Curtis made a change for his life and became the celebrity he is today. At number 9, Frank Ocean. Frank Ocean is every musician's favorite singer and songwriter. Frank Ocean talked about his murky past with drugs in an interview with Oyster magazine. Ocean has created songs for Beyonce and JayZ, amongst others. He admitted that he sold drugs during his high school years and he stressed that he didn't know any better since he never had a father figure growing up. But soon he realized money wasn't worth damaging the youth and his community. Number 8, Mark Wahlberg. Mark Wahlberg has always had, since a young age, a rebellious and bad boy reputation. He dropped out of high school when he was 14. At the time, the actor also became a gang member and felt that's where he needed to be to fit in. In the meantime, his brother Donnie was gaining success with a boy band called New Kids on the Block in the 1990s. Mark began dealing drugs and admitted to cocaine addiction. He had run-ins with the police and was known to engage in ruthless street fights. But this bad boy realized he was swimming down the wrong stream and straightened his life to become the famous celebrity he is today. Number 7, T.I. Before becoming a rap superstar, T.I. was known to be selling and hustling drugs in Atlanta, Georgia. The rapper was arrested in the 1990s for the possession of illegal substances. He went on to explain in a 2007 interview that this way of life at the time was his only alternative for income for his family members as he continued to get rejected for jobs he would apply to. Looks like he no longer had to apply for any jobs since he now has a place to work in Hollywood. Number 6, Kid Rock. Kid Rock ran away from home and started selling drugs at only 15 years old. He joined a gang called Best Friends, who hustled their way to make enough money to keep them living comfortably and enough to provide for themselves. By good luck, they had the positive outcome when a friend in the neighborhood who destined himself to keep the teens out of trouble approached them to become an opening act for his band called the Beast Crew. Kid Rock became fond of the idea and performed at several gigs where he would then become producer known as D-Nice. Nice to know he moved on to become Kid Rock. Number 5, Snoop Dogg, D-O-G-G. Snoop was smoking weed and dealing it since he was in his early teens in the streets of Compton in Long Beach, California. Cameron Diaz, the actress who attended the Long Beach Polytechnic High School, told Lopez Tonight how Snoop was known for selling weed in school and having the best and most potent cannabis. She herself became a regular customer. She also claims he was a very nice guy, tall and skinny, with braided ponytails, and she also said who would have thought the high school dope dealer would go on to become a platinum-selling artist. Snoop actively holds a medical marijuana card that allows him to smoke pot at any given time. He must really be enjoying it now that it's legal recreationally in California. Number 4, Fat Joe. Fat Joe started selling drugs in his teens also in the South Bronx after hanging out with the wrong crowd. His fascination with the hip-hop culture influenced the idea of selling cocaine for a living. He was a Plata o Plomo kind of guy, if you know what I mean. During his hustling days, he was known as Joey Crack. But the rapper caught on to the consequences of being a dope dealer and decided to further himself in the entertainment business. So he gave up the street hustle and gave his life to the microphone. Good for him. Number 3. Tim Allen. This one's pretty surprising. Who would have thought this white boy had it in him? As you may know, Tim is a stand-up comedian, but in 1978, when he was caught with 1.4 pounds of cocaine on him as he flew out of Kalamazoo International Airport. People didn't think they would get caught back in the 70s smuggling drugs from country to country for whatever reason. Tim Allen pled guilty to the charges and exposed the drug dealers to authorities in order to avoid a sentence of life behind bars. After 2 years in prison at the Federal Correctional Institution, Tim went back to stand-up comedy and slowly attracted the attention of the networks. At least he went on to make people laugh for a living. Number 2. JayZ. JayZ is now one of the wealthiest men in the music industry, thanks to his endorsements and powerful business deals. But 25 years ago, Jay, real name Sean Carter, was just another teenage boy trying to make ends meet selling drugs in Brooklyn, New York. Carter was well known in his bureau for selling anything from cocaine to marijuana. During this time, he was also blowing up in the music scene, particularly in the underground hip-hop culture movement, and would go on to sell CDs off the trunk of his car. Eventually, he signed a deal with Priority Records label, which distributed his debut album, Reasonable Doubt. The record sold 1.5 million copies in the US. Later, he married Beyonce, and the rest is history. Number 1. Notorious B.I.G., also known as Biggie or Christopher Wallace. Biggie sold drugs in his early teenage years for an income he so desperately needed to take care of himself and his mother. His mother, Violetta Wallace, was a single mother who was working multiple jobs to pay the bills. But living in the ghetto wasn't good enough for Biggie. He would hustle the streets of Brooklyn for customers in different corners along with his friends and sell cocaine mainly in the rock form, or crack as it's popularly known. His mother kicked him out of the house after she found a stash of drugs and money in his room. Shortly after, Biggie got locked up and served 9 months in jail for his illegal activities. Unfortunately, we know the rest of the story. May he rest in peace. We hope you are liking our videos. Don't forget to check out our other videos and share them with your friends. Please don't forget, crime doesn't pay. See you next time.